When I want to make sense of this crazy world, I always go to Tim Blair, the Daily Telegraph columnist. He always makes sense of it. Good to talk to you again, Tim. Look, I know when you're not blogging to The Nation, you're probably out there scouting around regional Victoria for good sites for wind farms and the like, but you must be amazed at the speeches and the constant preaching we get from Chris Blackout Bowen, every day telling us that renewables are the cheapest form of energy in the world and that nuclear is too expensive.
I got a note this morning from my electricity supplier saying that my power bill was going up by nearly $400. So, is it a mathematical issue with Bowen? Does he see minus signs where the rest of us see pluses?
Well, obviously, your electricity company, obviously your power company's not using enough renewables.
Well, let's give them a shot at using genuine, eco-friendly fuels and turn them all onto nuclear, Chris.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I just want to bring up a graphic here because Chris Bowen made 5 points today about what's wrong with nuclear. He says, first, it's cripplingly expensive. That is true, as we're seeing, of renewables. Second, it's very slow to build. Ask him how the Snowy Hydro 2.0 is going. And it's unproven. Again, renewables plus storage, unproven anywhere in the world. It's not flexible. Well, how about all those transmission lines they're trying to build around the country? And 5, it produces enormous waste. Well, we've shown people how there's landfill now filled full of former wind turbine blades. I mean, all these criticisms apply to his own sacred renewable model.
Oh, absolutely. My favourite from the left and from the eco kind of community is that nuclear is unproven. It's been around, Jesus Christ, kids, come on. It's been around since, there was this big incident in the 40s that kind of kicked it off, not in the most positive way, but since then, hell of a lot of power's generated to absolutely minimal, relative to other forms of energy, absolutely minimal injuries and deaths. It is proven. And I also love the fact that all these people routinely go to countries, France, Japan, the US, the UK, and have great times using nuclear power, and they never panic at all about it. And then as soon as they come back to Australia, they act as though we've got China syndromes happening all over the place. It's ridiculous.
They love to have their summer holidays in France, sipping their Chardonnay with the great big unproven nuclear reactor over their shoulder. It's insane. And we're going to buy unproven nuclear submarines, are we?
Yes, apparently everything's unproven. Yeah, it's only provable if it's submersed, if it's submersible. And frankly, those things aren't travelling too well at the moment either.
Now, I'll tell you what, this madness gets worse every week. My local council, Waverley Council, which covers a lot of suburbs in eastern Sydney, it's passed a new rule. They won't put speed humps in our lane to stop maniacs trying to run down my kids, but they're going to stop anybody putting gas stoves or gas heating in new buildings. I mean, for crying out loud, we can't have a gas stove or my beautiful gas fire in winter?
I've been to your house, Chris. A fine house with, I think, from memory, a very fine gas range there. And I think you're not alone in the Council of Waverley as being fond of very efficient, very effective gas cooking devices. I'd say that there's going to be a hell of a lot of resistance from some of the gourmet set. And
yes,
as well,
indeed.
I noticed that there's a rule in this that if you renovate your house, you can't re-equip it with gas appliances. You've got to go for electric. So just stop renovating, mate. Stop it right now. You've got all the excuses in the world. Just lock it down.
Luckily, I got it in earlier. It's not just the chefs, I suppose. I reckon there'd be a lot of meth cooks. I reckon you can't do that on gas, on electric stoves either. I think we're just quickly. I want to get your thoughts on Miss Netherlands. I just can't believe this, and I've seen you've written about it for the telly. You can have a penis, but you can win Miss Netherlands.
Well, I don't know. He got rid of the penis part, I think, 6 months ago. So Miss Netherlands has been a miss for 6 months and is already winning beauty contests. As a friend of mine, Jim Treacher in the US, said, it's a hell of a rookie season. But just having a look at the winner, she's not even the prettiest bloke in the Netherlands. It's astonishing. It's remarkable. Us coaches can't get over it. It's so unfair.
It is remarkable. I didn't realise it was the rookie season, and you're right. She is off to a flying start to her career as a woman.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Tim. I appreciate it.